sophisticated applications on, say, smartphones, for example. Of course, it used to be manual. It used to be you go and you talk to a person. But the city, for example, makes a hotline or an app, and people, when they observe, for example, a hole in the road, or a place that needs to be cleaned up, they would send they would fill that app so that it sends information to somebody who monitors that account, and the city needs to do something about it. With that, of course, you need to have good communication. So the information filled in, it is received by somebody who is representative of the authorities, and city management information to somebody who monitors that fixes the problem, and the city needs to do something about amount of time. With that, of course, you need to have citizens are not going to trust. You need to have good communication. So the information is filled in using that. It is other automation is sensors. So and city management information to somebody who monitors that fixes the problem, and the city needs to do something about this amount of time. With that, of course, you need to have citizens are not going to. You need to have good communication. So the information is filled in, and that easier. Other automation is sensors. So that and city management information to somebody who monitors that. And the city needs to do something about it. With that, of course, you need to have citizens are not going to. You need to have good communication. So the information is filled in, and easier. Other automation is sensors. So tag number, they drive on the other days. So one day for even for cars with even tag number, and the second day, or they get fined for not doing that. Parking spots, it would tell you which parkings are used more, and maybe you would adjust the pricing for those parking. Also, if there is an app, it's going to tell the user, the citizen or person who's visiting the city, which spots are empty ahead of time. And for that, it needs to be updated. For some parking ramps, like in the United States, you see this feature, like in Orlando, in Disney World, and sometimes you may have an app. Sometimes this one just by once you get in that traffic, in that parking ramp, you see these which ones are filled, or they tell you that level is all filled. Also, it's used in some parking ramp at some airports, including Miami Airport, where to help people to select their spots and where to park. Other data collection points could be cameras, like you see in the picture here from Shanghai, something like 20 cameras on the traffic on the intersection. And these cameras could be enabled with some software to analyze the data in real time, such as face recognition, car tags, etc. So it could say which one did not stop at the traffic light or make a traffic violation, and send them the bill to their app. And these are all, these are not theoretical things. These were implemented in various smart cities around the world. And of course, so these are like kind of electronic eyes, such cameras. So data are recorded facts and figures. Data always exists. How do we collect it? How do we store it? How to manage it? How to retrieve it, how to analyze it. These all open like more disciplines of study, of manufacturing, of analysis, theoretical and practical in data analytics, storage management and retrieval. These also could be software-based, could be hardware-based, could be also analysis. Each one could be a career for a human being. And then information is knowledge derived from data. So all what we do is the information derived from data. That information helps us make decision, helps the leadership of that city make decision for the betterment of the citizens living in that city. So information systems are a collection of hardware, software, data, people, and procedures that work together to produce quality information. And then information system engineering, the effective use or engineering of information systems for a better understanding of data to optimize decision making. Authorities in smart cities need to act in a timely manner, sometimes in real time. If there is any delay that is noticeable by the citizens of the city, they wouldn't be part of the smart city project. They wouldn't be excited, they wouldn't be collaborative, and they wouldn't appreciate it. So it's important to act in a timely manner, and this information could change and optimize the decision-making process. Such decision-making could be taken by the upper management of the city, or it could be taken using AI by software as it learns more and more about users and behavior within the city, and as instructed by its designer and customer, which are the purchaser, which are the management of the city. So smart cities can also influence culture and change people's behavior. For example, if there are radar to calculate someone's speed, then that affects people's speed. If there is no radar and there is no enforcing of the rules, then more people may drive in a way that is not safe and may be careless. But then with these traffic control and speed radar, and it improves the style of the drivers and the society. Parking, if there is a sensor there that charges the person, if they don't pay, it could charge them by just being there, because they could put their tag number, or it could read their tag number when they park there. And so there wouldn't be some people who are just violating parking rules and creating more congestion to others and making it hard for people to park their car and go around in areas that are more congested. Crossing street, trash, spitting, some like in Singapore, in some countries, they monitor people using cameras and face detection and face recognition. And if somebody misbehaved, they can charge them a fine immediately to their account and charge to their bank immediately. So with that, with all this monitoring, there is concern about privacy and human rights violation. So some countries use the face recognition to identify the person identity and ethnicity, and maybe treat them harshly or follow their behavior and study them more. And so also green and renewable energy use with smart cities, you can improve the use of electricity, of resources, energy resources, improve in the sense to use it more efficiently and save on the environment, and also save on the cost. So modern campuses, it used to be they are Wi-Fi connected, and then you have monitoring cameras for safety. And then learning management systems were introduced, like Blackboard, Canvas, Desire to Learn, Moodles, etc. And so you can test people online, you can provide notes, you can interact with the students, chat with them. Such learning management system enabled synchronous and asynchronous teaching capabilities, automatic grading, automatic cheating detection for assignments and writing assignments, etc. But but those modern campuses improved now with generative artificial intelligence. And so with the technological innovation of cyber systems and increased dependence of individual societies and nations on them has brought new, real, and ever-changing threat landscape to our lives, to smart cities, to campuses, smart campus, etc. Because ease and efficiency to our lives has been met by similar innovation to take advantage of cyber systems for other gains, misuse of cyber systems either by government officials or by individuals or by foreign powers or by hackers belonging to private entities or simply working for leisure or for personal gain. Threats evolving faster than they can be assessed when it comes to technologies. So for cybersecurity, there is issue of availability of data, confidentiality of data, integrity of data. Somebody changes the data or data exchange, whether to malfunction or to a human error or to weather, and that would affect the data collection and the decision making. We have ChatGPT. It's becoming more and more of concern for higher education because more students use it for that make the administration and professors question the validity of the assessment method. Because if I ask a student to write a one-page summary and then they just use ChatGPT and give me the summary, and I give them A, do they really deserve A? Are they good writers, or am I giving them A for being able to use ChatGPT? They're concerned about deepfake, so you can make someone say something on video and it's all fake. So video is no longer admissible in courts because of part of it because of this deepfake. And there is a generational gap. So a younger population is more professional at such technologies than older one, and older one tend to be the professors. So it's becoming easier and easier for students to cheat using generative AI with a ChatGPT, which is now just turned 1 year old, and there are many other generative AI that does things like ChatGPT or better with specific application. So there is a Gen Z, and also this makes population more lazy, less of taking accountability, less of searching for information and analyze it, because a generative AI could do it for them. So ChatGPT, a chatbot launched by OpenAI in November 2020, can answer questions and sustain conversations, can write fixed codes, can write articles, reports, theses, and works in several languages. There was 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4, and 5 versions of ChatGPT, which basically improving. The system is improving as more users are using it, so it's learning more. And here's an example of a person in Russia that wrote his master thesis using ChatGPT, and and he bragged about it. That's why we know about it. So and here he is, happy with his diploma. He received his master degree using ChatGPT on his thesis project. So he didn't do the thesis project. Of course, if he's that experienced with doing that, he may have also his courses whenever there's a project or there's a test or online testing, he could have used ChatGPT. And then the question, does his grade reflect his real learning, or is he just a good user of ChatGPT? Now, good user of generative AI could be a new profession by itself, because it's referred to as prompting. So how to ask the questions, how to make ChatGPT generate even more accurate and better answers. And so as we have more, as we advance more in AI, and we can some jobs going to be closed and some jobs going to be open for those who adapt to the change and adapt to the new technology. Other challenges, like I talked earlier, deepfake, millennials, Gen Z. When you trust the system so much, then maybe you become a slave of the system. So if somebody hacked the system or whatever ChatGPT will tell you, just believe it, then why would people hire you? They would just use ChatGPT. And that's the danger, is that person may have degrees, and that degree, because of the lack of trust in the assessment method, the degree becomes less worth. So like millennials, some like this student takes pride in challenging norm and system without any calculation for consequences. So it was just, he found it funny that he did it and he succeeded in beating the system using ChatGPT. So he bragged about it. Somebody from previous generation may keep it a secret to themselves, but that's another challenge. So new generation are very much tech savvy or tech natives, technology native, and that creates more problems, because where does the human intelligence come from when we have this artificial intelligence and we become so dependent on it? So that ends my talk, and I'm open for Q&A.
Participants, if you have any queries, you can raise now.
The first one, usually the bravest, and then first one typically asks a question, and then it's hard to stop getting questions. So who is that, the bravest?
Good evening, sir.
Hi.
Hi, sir. I'm Kripra Sundari. Every invention has pros and cons, but we are hearing that ChatGPT has more disadvantages than advantages. Is it true, or whether it has more pros than cons?
Well, every new thing makes people scared to use it, and usually human beings are slow to adapt, and the most successful people are those who adapt the quickest. Every new technology or tool has pros and cons. I can't say that ChatGPT has more cons than pros, but I would say it's a tool. It's how you use it. And if I focus on the positive side, it's very useful if we know how to use it properly. So it could be used to, but we just need to be aware of its existence, so that it doesn't affect the assessment method that we have in higher education.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Any other questions?
Participants, any other questions? You can clear your doubt now. College Selvi ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have one doubt. Sir, we want to do some IoT related lab session. Could you please tell us any software tool available, like integrating all things, like apart from Arduino IDE? Is there any other tool is available so that we can simulate our IoT projects?
Well, IoT, which is Internet of Things, it depends what the lab does. Usually, the lab may be connected to the internet. Is it security? Is it for security? Is it for data collection, in which you need to have some sensors? So it depends on what the lab needs to be used for. So you could have sensors, or you could monitor the use of some IoT devices that you own, and learn from the behavior what apps are used more, and when are they used, and how far do they go from campus. So there are different subjects related to IoT that could be studied, and generate some nice undergraduate or graduate projects.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
NC ma'am?
Shall we proceed with vote of thanks?
Yes, ma'am. Before that, just share the information regarding the everyday feedback and attendance, those details, ma'am, to the participants.
Okay. Participants, we will be posting the feedback link and attendance link separately in YouTube, as well as in the chat box. Okay. So we are requesting you to fill both attendance and feedback. That will help you to get your e-certificate. Sudhakar sir?
Yes, ma'am. Shall I?
Ma'am, is it audible? Go ahead. Yes, we hear you.
Ma'am, is it audible?
Yes, sir, audible. You can proceed.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, sir. Good evening to all the participants. On behalf of management, thank you for your wonderful presentation, sir. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all participants for their active involvement in the FDP. And special thanks to our speaker, Dr. Hussein Ketani, Professor, Department of Computer Science, School of Science and Engineering, AI, Aquan University, Haifa, Morocco, for sharing his expertise and making this program enriching. Sir, your commitment has truly enhanced this learning experience for everyone involved in this wonderful event. I once again thank you, sir, for your time and valuable input. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for your acceptance and your that is useful information which you have shared today. Thank you very much. Participants, if possible, kindly turn on your video. We can take a photo. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We thank you all. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Dear
Take care. Bye-bye.
I have shared all the feedback and today's attendance link in YouTube also. It will be function till plus half an hour. So by 7 o'clock, it will get closed in YouTube. So kindly exercise your feedback as well as attendance link for every day and for today's Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, please share it here, ma'am. We are in Gmeet only. Please share it here, ma'am.
Yes. Here
Yes,
also
I'll
will be
share.
shared, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We have shared both feedback link.
Feedback
Both
link, it says dynamic link not found. No, attendance is coming. Attendance is opening. Feedback, it says dynamic link not found.
Okay, I'll check.
மேடம் குட் ஈவினிங். கொஞ்சம் லிங்க் மறுபடியும் அனுப்புங்க. லெஃப்ட் ஆயிட்டு உள்ளார வரப்ப அந்த லிங்க் ரேஸ் ஆயிருக்கு ப்ளீஸ்.